we talked about the value of apps for delivering entertainment content. How are the content providers approaching smart TV? How are they thinking about it as an alternative distribution to cable or satellite as they've historically been present there?
Yeah, I think that you're seeing a lot more aggregators come into the market, and they're coming in with different business models. So 2-3 years ago, free really was pretty dominant inside the device. Then you started seeing subscription services getting pretty popular, and now on a transactional level, you see that. So that evolution of business models is really becoming very apparent to people who aggregate or even own content. So each new business model creates another opportunity for content owners to get into this market. And at the same time, the footprint of devices in the market's increased, so that part of the business equation is becoming more compelling. And all that kind of culminates in LG's ability to basically introduce more capabilities for content owners and aggregators to utilize things like our advertising network, which we launched this year, or the app environment, which has transactions of the applications themselves. So that all kind of comes together to make a very effective business environment for these content owners and aggregators.
A lot of what we've seen in the app category on the smartphone space and the tablet space has been around games, particularly casual games. I've spoken to some in the industry who say we're seeing some traction around games, but it's not really quite where we'd like it to be yet. What are you seeing?
I think traction on games is a good way to put how 2011 is, and I think that you can also forecast it to increase year over year very quickly, because it makes sense. It's one of the key reasons why you use a flat panel TV, and so it makes sense to a consumer. Technical challenges, business challenges, we knock those things out within a few year period, so that it'll happen.
Is there an issue with developers now where many of the TV manufacturers are pursuing their own platforms? So does it really just come down to a volume game, or are there things you can do in the platform to differentiate?
There are things that we can do in the platform that can make the environment more appealing and remove some of the kind of barriers so that the coding can be a little bit simpler. But I think that really the business model, always has to be about reach, scalability, and ROI. So we have to show that to the gaming community as well.
Okay. In addition to a lot of the commercial and Hollywood content that gets a lot of the attention and viewership on these sets, we also have long tail. YouTube was one of the first apps supported by many providers, and also video chat. LG was quite early to offer a camera for video chat in the living room. Right. What's been the customer reaction to that?
I think the customers, for some of those technologies specifically, you start getting into some of the early adopters. So it follows a traditional life cycle, right? I mean, you hit some early adopters, you get some buzz in the market, you watch the technology improve, and then over time it hits mass market appeal. I think right now, this year, we've launched Skype. We have 2 cameras that work with the TV pretty seamlessly, and we offer those inside the market. So the ability for consumers to do some of those advanced features of the device, it's definitely one of the strategic reasons why smart TV makes sense. I mean, that pipe is so valuable for so many different reasons.
What are we seeing in terms of the tablet impact on television? Again, this is a market LG is active in, and we're starting to see a lot more personal video viewing on that device.
Right.
Clearly, there are opportunities to send that video to the TV. That just makes for a more versatile TV set for you.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I think that's exactly right. I mean, the home has become such a great place to view content because all of these devices are working together in a lot of ways. And for us to make that even more seamless and more accessible to your everyday consumer who doesn't want to spend hours and hours researching how to do things, for us to really bridge that gap and make that simple for consumers, it's something that LG as a company aspires to always be the simplest device to consume the content that you really care about. And whether it's tablets or laptops or phones or, or any device, the fact that the home is really kind of coming together like that, and that we have the biggest, brightest, just really beautiful, screen on the wall, we understand the sense of responsibility for us to fulfill that promise for consumers.